Good morning.
This morning we will talk about a mission report that took place while I was in AFCO, 2009. I will be giving 2 mission reports, and then we will wrap it up with a short message that we can apply in our lives today. So the first story, I have my partner and I going to door-to-door Bible work. Taryn Lowe, how many of you remember her?
Oh, yes.
Yes, very good friend of mine. We went door to door. We had a scheduled Bible study at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Jericho was his name, a very sweet elderly man that really wanted to know more about God. So we go to the door and I knock. Nobody comes to the door. And I knock again. Nobody comes to the door. So Taryn suggests, Sonia, let's just go. Maybe he forgot. Let's come back later. And I looked at her and I said, you know, Taryn, you're right. Maybe he forgot. But he is as precious to God as more than gold. He is worth more than gold. So I want to come back. I want to be sure I come back to give him the study. So we go to many other doors. And then after an hour or 2, we come back to his house. And I knock again. Nobody comes. And I knock again. This time, Jericho comes to the door. He's very happy to meet us. He says, Sonia, I've been waiting for you. I was in the kitchen doing dishes. And I looked at him and said, well, we were here. So we just went inside into his house. We started our Bible study. And the Bible study was on the topic of the Holy Spirit and his influence in our lives. You know, Jericho never heard about the Holy Spirit before. Never. So to him, this study was something amazing because he finally was able to identify the voice that's been convicting him and realize that that voice is the Holy Spirit. And later, you know what he said? We finished the Bible study and we were ready to go, and he said, Sonia, I have a gift for you too. And I said, what is that, Jericho? I knew he couldn't afford very much at all, and so he just reached in his pocket and pulled out 2 golden coins. And do you remember what I said to Taryn, that he was worth? More than gold. This was a clear sign to me that God was directing our Bible study and that God was very much involved with Jericho's life. You know, after that, later on in that week, we were met with much opposition at the doors. We were a little bit discouraged. We didn't know if we were really supposed to keep going. And so one day, we knocked at another door, and a lady came out with her 2 little daughters. And she said, I don't want anything to do with Christians. I don't believe in God, and I'm an atheist. And I had a little book, The Prayer of the Little Drummer's Boy. And I looked at her, and I was praying while I was talking to the lady, and I said, well, if you don't believe in God, then let me offer this to your daughter. And she said, that's fine, you can give it to her. She'll read it because she says she's a Christian. You see, to me, that was an encouragement that a little child was there to lead her parents. So wrapping up these 2 stories, 2 things that really came to me as I was doing Bible work that week was that 1, God is very much involved with every single person at the door. And 2nd, you'll never believe who is the one to influence you in your life. So never give up or underestimate a child or a soul. I want to encourage you to do Bible work as well. How many of you were encouraged by these 2 stories presented today?
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Sonia.